So I thought I might make a quick video, and this one's going to be talking about fat loss. And I think this time of the year, especially in summer when it's hot, most people are going out to the beach, people are taking off more clothes and stuff like that. People want to look good and they want to look lean, sculpted, trim and stuff like that. And the major obstacle I think a lot of people find when they enter a fat loss program, or if you're not really familiar to the gym, you buy a gym membership, you go a couple of times, you don't see any results. The main thing that people struggle with when it comes to their fat loss program is that they're not in a calorie deficit. All these fancy programs, all these kind of bizarro, magical elements of sorcery, people kind of proclaim with their special diets they have, that they have magical foods and stuff like this, and they summon the powers of the gods and that helps them lose weight and stuff like this. It really comes down to being in a calorie deficit. The thing which most people kind of lose track of is with more healthy, air quote, food, more macronutrient dense food, so chicken, vegetables, fruits, they're very, very low calorie foods, so you can actually eat more of them and still be in a calorie deficit. It's not going to make a massive dent in your caloric allotment for the day. So with these special diets, air quote, so things like Atkins, where you're taking out the majority of your carbohydrate intake, even Weight Watchers, where they moderate the numbers and the points. That is just another way of being in a calorie deficit while eating the majority of the food you enjoy. So that's the first thing. It's understanding your body. It's understanding where your calorie, your margin of calories has to be for you to lose, on average, if you're relatively quite slim but looking to lose a little bit more weight, between 1 to 2 pounds a week. If you're a little bit more overweight, a bit more of a pear shape body type, say endomorphic person, someone who has a lot of body fat, you probably could maybe lose a little bit more, and you wouldn't run the risk of losing over astronomical amounts of muscle mass. So the idea, on average, you want to be losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. So the way I recommend setting this up, if I was your coach, as your nutritionist, as your personal trainer, what I would recommend is tracking your food, something on like an online food diary, something like MyFitnessPal or FitDay or something like that. Track it for a few days and just see where your calories are. Ideally, what I recommend is weigh yourself on a Monday or any other day, but ideally at the start of the week. Weigh yourself, no clothes on, after you've been to the bathroom, before you eat or drink, and get the most rawest weight of yourself possible, so you know that's your weight without any outside influence infiltrating or kind of influencing your body weight on the scale. And then after that, track your food. Just don't change anything, just track your food for 7 days and see where your calories are on average. I know that's a little bit unrealistic for most people, but this is the ideal situation. Give you guys the benefit that I'll probably track it maybe 3 days and see what the average is. And from that point, if you notice after the 3 days, weigh yourself again doing the same protocol you did at the start. So no clothes on after you've been to the bathroom, before you eat any food or drink. Weigh yourself after and just see, is your weight gone down, has it gone up, or has it stayed the same? If it stayed the same, I would recommend dropping your calories slightly by about, you want to be in a margin of a kind of calorie deficit of about 500 calories. But I would just start slow with it. Try and maybe take 100 calories out or 200 calories out and just see where it is, because you want to be eating the most amount of food while losing 1 to 2 pounds a week, so you can maintain your muscle mass and still lose the appropriate amount of body fat. I'll get into that in another video, but the thing with fat loss is that people as well mess upon is that they think they have to be in this astronomical calorie deficit with a very, eating very minimal, they're eating rations of food, and then they're dropping weight left, right and center. Well, the downside of that is they end up stripping a lot of muscle mass from their body, and then they end up not burning enough calories over time. They've actually made their body more susceptible to gaining weight. So the moment when they binge now, their body needs less energy, so when they gorge on a lot of food, it usually goes straight, or at least over time, to their fat stores, and they end up putting a lot of weight back on. So to prevent the relapse from actually happening in the first place, what I recommend is taking it slow. Start by just playing around with your calories to the point where you're losing about 1 or 2 pounds a week. Make sure you're trying to track your food. I wouldn't say you need to go to the extremes of weighing it, but I recommend tracking it so you know what you're taking in. You want to have a balance of protein, carbs, and fat. I'm giving very general advice on this video, but the main premise is that you need to be in a calorie deficit. And use the weighing technique as well. Like I said, in terms of weighing yourself, you don't want to be weighing yourself on a full stomach after you've had like 2 glasses of water. It's at the end of the day with all your clothes on and you have all this additional weight on your body. You want to get the most accurate weight possible so you can know where you stand from week to week. Fat loss needs to be done more intelligently. It's not this random occurrence where someone just drops 50 pounds off their body and they have a 8-pack and then it just happened overnight. It's a very strategic thing. It needs to be done in a very systematic way. So hope you guys have enjoyed that video. You need to be in a calorie deficit. No matter which diet you use, you need to be in a calorie deficit. All the fancy protocols out there claiming that they have magical foods which promote even more fat loss. Usually they're just in a calorie deficit and the foods are very low calorie and stuff like that, so they promote the chances of someone being in a calorie deficit a little bit easier, so as opposed to eating loads of junk food. So hope you enjoyed that video and I'll speak to you soon.